Welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 4th of June, 2017. So I get a text message from one of my dearest friends today, down in Kentucky, and Christopher.
Doesn't really pay too much attention to
and he's like, so what exactly did Trump say to make all heck break loose today? And I was like, I'm not really sure. Let me look that up. I actually didn't say that to him. I just looked it up.
So I had read these tweets of Donald Trump's, and I
they were
didn't
great.
see anything wrong with it. So
let's start at the bottom with the first one.
We need to be smart, vigilant, and tough. We need the courts to give us back our rights. We need the travel ban as an extra level of safety.
Great tweet. Love it.
Whatever the United States can do to help out in London and the UK, we will be there. We are with you. God bless.
I'm going to repeat that. Whatever we can do, whatever the United States can do for you guys in the UK, we will be there. God bless. That's an amazing tweet for a president to tweet out to another country.
We must stop being politically correct and get down to the business of security for our people. If we don't get smart, it will only get worse.
Fantastic. Very true. Well said.
At least 7 dead and 48 wounded in terror attack, and Mayor of London says there is no reason to be alarmed.
Now that's where the first speed bump happens. Or the speed bump.
That is the speed bump. And so everybody was upset because, and we've covered this, Sadiq, he's the London
Mayor of London.
And
he's a Muslim.
Refugees welcome. He's a Muslim. And he has said, you, not me, need to get used to terror attacks. It's going to happen. There's nothing. It's part and parcel of being a free, open society.
Right.
Last May, the London Muslim mayor Sadiq Khan lashed out at candidate Donald Trump and called him ignorant for his views on Islamic terrorism. Khan also said he was supporting Hillary Clinton for president. He slammed Donald Trump on Twitter. Trump's ignorant view of Islam could make both our countries less safe. It risks alienating mainstream Muslims, and we cover this in our live feed, how that's not how.
Well, he says London has proved him wrong. Not really.
This morning, after the third Islamic terrorist attack in 3 months, London Muslim Mayor Sadiq Khan told Londoners there is no reason to be alarmed. Londoners will see an increased police presence today, and over the course of the next few days, there's no reason to be alarmed.
Now, before Leah goes on in this story, I want to insert the fact that the story that is always told and was told once again last night is that there really is no reason to be alarmed. That's not what he was referring to, but that's the narrative that you will hear from the mainstream media, okay? They're just saying this is what's going to happen. You really don't have to be alarmed, and we're always hearing go about your daily life, whatever. I'm telling all our people in the United Kingdom, just stay home. Find a job where you can work from your house. Don't go out anywhere. Stay home until this blows over in 50 years, okay?
So this set off the London mayor who lashed out at President Trump, and it has a line through it, is Islamists, right? Mayor Khan's spokesman released a statement. The mayor has more important things to do than respond to Donald Trump's ill-informed tweet that deliberately takes out of context his blah, 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 blah. And the mayor, I think, so
here is the problem.
Kristen, President Trump appears to have pretty good relations with the Prime Minister, Theresa May, and we have heard from her in the last hour. He has a bit of a beef with the mayor of London. What is that all about?
Yeah, so the mayor of London, who happens to be London's first Muslim mayor, said something right after the attack that really didn't sit well with President Trump. So President Trump took to Twitter to respond. He said, quote, at least 7 dead, 48 wounded in terror attack. And the mayor of London says there is no reason to be alarmed. That last phrase, no reason to be alarmed, the one that President Trump really had a problem with. Now, the mayor did say that, but his spokesman argues that it was taken completely out of context. He says the mayor, quote, has more important things to do than respond to Donald Trump's ill-informed tweet that deliberately takes out of context his remarks, urging Londoners not to be alarmed when they saw more police, including armed officers, on the streets. So, Bill, that is where the...
Here's the thing. Sadiq Khan has already said, you have to get used to this. Don't be alarmed. Don't let fear, blah, 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 blah. So, in any way that they can round up Donald Trump and tar and feather him, that's what they're going to do, especially with his accidental mistweet of Kafafi, whatever, Kafi, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Kofifi. Sounds like a poodle. Kofi or Fifi. All right, so listen. When it comes to this, I still don't think that this was a mistweet by Donald Trump, because if there are increased police or even military on the streets, guess what? Y'all got reason to be alarmed.
Right.
Okay? It's that simple.
Right.
So the fact that Trump is calling out that he's saying, oh, there's increased police and military, but there's no reason to be alarmed, is actually a big deal. Because the first time when I heard what had happened and how he misquoted, he actually didn't misquote him at all. He just, that's exactly what he said. It wasn't taken out of context. He is saying there's going to be increased security. The threat level has been raised to, I don't even know, like the highest threat level that you guys even have at this point. And here is Sadiq Khan saying there's no reason to be alarmed because there will be an increase.
You had Manchester, you had London, and then Manchester, and then London again. And for somebody to say there's no reason to be alarmed, he needs to be taken and put in a corner.
Sit down
and
sit,
stripped of his mayorally abilities.
Mayoral.
There you go. And he can't be, he obviously does not care, and this is, I know this is a harsh statement, he does not care about the safety of the people in London.
Here's how I would have said what Sadiq Khan was trying to say. That you will see an increased number of police and possibly military on the streets. We are in a very serious situation right now, which we are implementing all of the protocols that we do best, and our police and military are excellent. You can trust them explicitly, and just use a little bit more caution when you're going to be going about your daily activities, because you never know when something could happen. But rest assured that our military and our police are doing everything that they can to keep you safe. That's what he should have said. Didn't say that. He said, no reason to be alarmed. There's people dying all of the time around here because of radical Islamic terror, but no reason to be alarmed when you see an increased military or police presence on the street.
I know a lot of people say, but people die in car accidents, or people die of cancer. More people die of this than terror attacks, but that's not how this works. We're not talking about the...
Those are accidents.
We're not talking about the number of deaths we need to put more money into solving this or solving that. There's people dying all over the place. They're not, like you said, they're not purposeful. They don't have a real enemy. It can really be stopped. Like, seriously. Like, it can totally be stopped.
We all know that there is an element to life called death, and accidents can cause that to happen.
Sicknesses and disease.
Exactly.
And
we're born ready for it. Okay. What we shouldn't have to be ready for is a religious extreme group coming at us and taking our lives and threatening our cities.
I'm going to read this from Nigel.
Read, Nigel.
To Americans, let this be a warning. Your POTUS wants to protect you. President Donald Trump is trying to stop your country from going down this route.
I love you, Nigel Farage.
Okay.
We're a little bit less shocked than we used to be. We're kind of getting used to this, which is very, very bad news indeed. And I think people are beginning to say, what are our leaders actually going to do? Just expressing sorrow, just talking and using words like solidarity simply isn't enough.
Theresa May, and we're not going to play this, but she came out with a very fantastic speech. There were parts of it that I picked out and I didn't like at all. She's still trying to win an election here. But on the whole, it was an amazing speech. But when I was talking to Justin Hughes and Horatio about this, they actually both said something very similar. And I think Barry even, I was talking to Barry about it. It's a great speech, but let's see action.
Nigel says,
she's really good at speeches.
Yes, she is. And you have to be careful with people who are just good on speeches. He says, May now talks tough on terrorism. She had 6 years in charge of this as House Secretary. May says enough is enough. We should have reached this conclusion long ago.
That's what Farage says.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play one more clip of his.
Prediction.
Right.
You know, Theresa May has... Maria, I'll make this prediction.
Right.
You know, Theresa May has spoken. Theresa May has spoken outside the steps of Number 10 today, and she's actually used the phrase Islamic terrorism.
She did do that.
That in itself may well be a first, because many of our politicians have been in denial, as indeed Hillary was, on this point.
Yeah.
But unless people see some really concrete action is going to be taken, then I think the calls for interning thousands of suspects will grow louder and louder.
Speaking of which, Tommy Robinson did an excellent video, and I'm going to link to that in the description here. We're not going to play it. It's full of swear words. We try to be as family friendly as we can here at Resistance Chicks, but I want you guys to know that we have seen it and we support his message there from the Rebel Media.
Thoroughly.
Yes, absolutely. We back it 100%. So we're going to sign off here. This is Leah Michelle for Resistance Chicks, where it is not just a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring that bell for notifications. Find us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We love you. God loves you. God bless. And don't forget to come out to Bozeman, Montana, June 23rd and 24th. It's a Friday and a Saturday for the Red Pill Expo. That is redpillexpo.org. Look it up. We want to see you guys there. God bless.
I was cold.